Hey everyone, so I just finished washing the Grand Prix. It's like an early weekend wash here on this one. I had a free day today, so I was like, let me just knock this one out first. I don't have to wash it during the weekend. Car's been blown dry with the McKee's dryer after I wash. I actually beat the sun this morning. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and mop up any remaining standing water on the paint. There's not that much. But before we get to that, I just want to kind of point out that on the roof here, if you guys remember, some of you may have or may not remember, when I polished this out with the CarPro denim pads, it took off whatever oxidation was on here. Well, it's back, and I can actually see it right here. I don't know if you guys can actually see it in the light here. You can see these openings here, and then you can see the oxidation around it. So it's back, and it's like from this section back. This section's okay. It's on that side as well. I'm noticing it on this pillar as well. So I don't know how to. That's just the byproduct of the repaint. You just don't know what you're gonna get. I don't know how they painted this. I don't know how they treated this surface. It may just be like this all the time. I don't know if I give it another round, because there's plenty of paint on here, is that going to be enough to really like kind of exfoliate it? I'll try to compound it first. I don't know if I'm going to be able to live with it like this for about a year, but I got the coatings going on for a few months, and it's only been a few months since that's happened. Maybe like 6 months at the most, and so it's back. And like I said, I don't know how to handle that that issue. But anyway, the demonstration for today is Shine Supply Throttle. It's their detail spray. I'll read you the product description. This exclusive wax-free anti-static formula will help keep your vehicle clean while promoting the hydrophobic properties of your ceramic coating. This throttle contains premium raw materials that deliver a crisp, slick surface. Used after every wash for maximum results. Works excellent on matte paint. Leaves the finish looking untouched with factory sheen. Directions: shake well, spray onto the surface, wipe with a second towel. Pro tip: they say use their silica spray sealant every 3 months, so you can alternate between your dedicated spray sealant with this. And so I asked Steven at Shine Supply. This is not my first time using this. This is actually the first time using the new formula. Since when he changed it. I was using the first version. I used up all my gallon, and I just like, let me just buy a bottle, because one thing I didn't like about Throttle is it didn't really work well for me as a drying aid when it touched water. It was too streaky. It was difficult to wipe off. So we'll see how this new version plays well with any standing water that's on here, because he changed the formula on this one. But I did ask him, does it alter the beading or sheeting of your ceramic coating? He told me it does not, because it doesn't leave protection behind. But one thing to keep in mind is anytime you're altering the surface tension, you are going to leave something behind on the surface. So that's going to change your beading and your sheeting, whether it's durable or not. Last a wash or two, that's a different story. This doesn't really last that long. Think of this as Dream Maker, in the same regard that this alters the surface. It'll leave a little bit protection on the surface for like a wash or two. Throttle is very similar. Again, these products are very similar. You can actually just pick one of these and use it. So let's just demonstrate it. Well, one other thing is I have Opticoat Hyper Seal. A member on AutoGeek sent me this. I asked him if I could try it out, because he didn't really like it. So we'll try this one out sometime down the road. So shake this product. I got 2 towels. I recommend 2 towels with this product. And I'm just going to go over it with a light mist on there. Let me pick some stuff off my towel here so I don't scratch my paint, because I don't know what those are. And then you can actually just spray a mist in there to prime your towel. One thing about Throttle is it always smelled good. So it just goes on pretty easy. I put enough product where I can actually go on there. Actually, I'm just gonna wipe this mirror with that. One area I'm not going to use Throttle is the glass. I don't like it on glass, so I'll just use a something else on there. I can actually see streaking in here. I don't know if you can or not, but the streaking is very visible. Come back with a secondary towel and knock it down. This is a, what is this? For the window or whatever, FTW from the rag company. So I'm treating this almost like Dream Maker in the sense that what towels to use. One thing is they say that this is supposed to be slick. Honestly, this is not very slick. It's going to be depending on whatever you have on the surface, and this is not slick. So I don't agree with that. Everybody has a different definition of slickness, but this is not slick. I'm gonna see, you can see the excess product on here. Part of it's the coating's repelling it. Let me grab my towel correct here. All right. So it's really that simple to use. I'm going to go around the entire car and I'll show you what it looks like once I pull it out. And we'll continue to just walk around the entire car with Throttle. I'll give you a look at what this, what the car looks like after I pull it out. It looks glossy no matter what, but at least this way you're not going to put any protection in your towels. Your towels won't get hydrophobic over time if you use a product like this. Very simple to use. I've always enjoyed it. There's a couple things I didn't like about it, but for the most part I enjoyed this product and I would actually recommend it. The best time to buy this product is Black Friday. You can get 20% off. So let me just go ahead and go around the entire car, wipe that down. I actually bought Shine Supply Wise Guy as well to clean the tires, and it looks like it did a good job of removing the old black velvet stuff that's on there and the McKee stuff. So I think a couple rounds with that it'll get the tires clean. I'm going to top them off with CarPro Pearl. I can show you that too as well. So let me just go ahead and go around the entire car, wipe down all the surface, come back, and actually I want to show you one more product on the glass. That'll be a separate video, but I'm going to just go around the entire car, finish up, and then I'll bring you back and give you what the end results look like. Okay, so I want to just give you an idea of what the car looks like in the garage. If I pull it outside right now, the sun is out, it's going to just wash everything out. It's going to look what do you call it? The car's gonna look too bright. I lost my train of thought there for a second. But again, in the garage, the car looks great. You can see that Throttle did amp up the gloss on the paint, and that's what it's supposed to do. And yeah, it just looks good, at least in the garage. I'm gonna pull it out and I'll give you an idea what it looks like. So you're gonna get good gloss levels from this product. One thing to keep in mind is that regardless, silvers and whites, really hard to get to look glossy. Whatever product you use on them, it's all going to look the same. So for example, if I put Dream Maker on here, it looks the same as Throttle. If I put CarPro Echo, it looks the same. If I put Bead Maker, it looks the same. That's what I mean. Silvers are just really hard to get to pop. White is even harder to get to pop, but right now in the garage under these lights, the car looks great. The roof looks good, even though it's starting to oxidize on there. The sides look good on here. Over here, a little harder to tell because the sun's starting to come out, and this is what I mean, that it just looks too washed out. But you can actually still tell that the paint looks pretty wet on here, that glassy look, even though it's pretty bright. So let me just go ahead and I just want to give you a quick shot of what it looks like under the garage and what you're going to expect when you put it in your garage under these similar lighting conditions. Once you pull it outside, I'll show you how bright it looks, and you'll see that it gets washed out rather quickly. All right, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for that one. So here's the car in full daylight, and this is what I mean. The sun's just washing it out right now. It's noon, just beaming on the car, and as soon as I pan over here, you'll see that it gets washed out. So it's really difficult to tell how good the paint looks, and right now it's just so bright that it's just washing things out. But I will say that Throttle gave it a real crisp look. I'll get a better view later, but the car looks great. I mean, look from this angle here, it's got some real nice gloss on it. Like I said, it really amped up the gloss from the coated surface. And here's the roof. Even though it's oxidized, it looks pretty darn good. or it's starting to oxidize again, I should say. Here it's in the shade, so it's difficult to see. And once I start going around, you'll see my shadow being cast on here. So overall, the car looks good. You can tell that the gloss from here looks great, and that's what Throttle can achieve. I also wiped down the wheels with Throttle. That one you can actually feel the slickness from the Adams coating on there. But that's Throttle. Walk around in full daylight. If this gives you an idea what it looks like, you can actually tell from this angle the hood looks really nice and the fender and everything. But that's one thing about silver, it just looks super bright in the daylight. So I hope this gives you an idea of what this car looks like with Throttle on it. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and post them down below. So final thoughts on Throttle detail spray from Shine Supply. So this is a detail spray that's not going to alter the hydrophobic properties of your ceramic coating. Now just keep in mind that after like a wash or two, this product is going to be on the surface. Anytime you alter the surface tension, you will see that product on the surface. So if you see the beading, we saw that with Dreammaker, it definitely does leave protection like for a wash or two. Throttle is very similar in that regard as well. Again, it's not my first time using this product. It's the first time using the new formula. I think the new formula is better than the first one, because as soon as the first version of this one, as soon as it hit water, it became really streaky, really difficult to wipe off. This one, not so much. I think it's easier to wipe off when it hits water. I still don't want to use it on glass, because on glass it was super streaky. At least the previous formula, maybe I'll try it on there, but again, this is a much better formula than the previous one. It's not as thick as the first one, so I think it spreads out longer and it's easier to wipe off. And overall, I think it's good. I think it's a good upgrade, and if you want to give this a shot, definitely give it a look next time you're shopping. One thing to keep in mind is Shine Supply products usually go 20% off on Black Friday, and that's probably the best time to buy some products. So like their coating, which is really good, the detail spray here, clutch silica spray sealant's good, Wise Guy's good. They have some good products in that lineup. So if you were looking to buy Shine Supply, go ahead and look during Black Friday. For those of you who have been using Dreammaker, the experience of Throttle is very similar. They're very similar products in that all they do is produce gloss. So if you want to try something different versus Dreammaker, pick up Throttle. The experience is very similar. So overall, I think you'd be happy with Throttle if you picked it up and wanted to kind of use this in between your spray sealant to put on top of your ceramic coating, or maybe your spray wax, or whatever it may be. It's not going to turn your towels hydrophobic, which is another plus, because that's one of the drawbacks if you constantly use a silica spray sealant or a polymer spray sealant, that they will turn your towels hydrophobic over time. This will not do that. And again, if you want to look into trying this out, definitely give it a shot. Again, thanks for watching.